What you gonna do about it?
Nothing.
Hello everybody, welcome back to our Spotify channel and our YouTube channel.
All our hormones are up today.
Yolanda is wilding, guys, but I understand why.
I really love. I can't wait. Quickly, so we can introduce.
Don't rush me. Don't rush me. But anyways, guys, as you guys can see, Yolanda doesn't know how to act, and that is because we have our fellow sisters in podcasting.
Sisterhood.
We have the host of the Sisterhood of Mgowo.
Travelling Mgowo.
Travelling Sisterhood of Travelling
Mgowo.
We have Misha and Sinesipo.
Yes.
Sinesipo. We have a
That's
gift.
a beautiful name,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, Misha, what does Misha mean?
Means dawn.
Dawn.
Yeah,
I thought that was like a nickname.
Oh wow, that is.
What language
Joy
is that?
comes in the morning.
That's very nice. That's beautiful. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you very much.
Welcome, ladies.
Lovely to be here.
No,
It's amazing to be here.
The reason why I said that is because Twitter always says this all the time.
Oh
the
my
other
gosh.
gender. So when I referring to us, they say the other gender.
Where the other genders?
We're the other gender.
They were the main gender.
Yeah.
They were the other
How
gender.
were we the
Yeah, they
other?
say that. They'll be like, you're higher, that other gender.
No, it's because God slept when He made women.
Literally.
Like He slept hard.
I don't even think the woman was the one that ate that apple. The way men lie.
There's exactly. They retell
Because
things.
also, I have that conversation all the time. I'm just like,
we can't trust.
Eve was accused there. She's a victim.
Exactly.
Eve did not eat the apple.
And Adam did not tell the truth.
She did not. Adam lied. So tell us, guys, about your podcast. I'm very interested for you guys to tell us about your podcast. I was so interested when they told me about it.
Dope. So we have a podcast called the Sisterhood of the Travelling Mgowo. We started it about 8-9 years ago.
Really?
Yeah. So a friend of ours, he went by the name Arcadium, but his name is Menzi. And they had like microwave. They had broke niggas, but they also were the producers of Microwave Boys, which was like quite a big video platform before like 2020 and stuff. And they'd created quite a lot of content. At the time, they hit up Misha and they're like, "Hey, you guys have like cool conversations. Would you like to do that?" Like in front of a mic and on camera. And in 2018 already, he had the idea of like, no, it's a podcast, but let's do video content as well and not just let it be audio because he could see that video was going to become a thing. We then took a bit of a break and then we came back this year. But basically the idea was a play on the name, the Sisterhood of the Travelling Pants, and us making it about the Sisterhood of the Travelling Mgowo because we're in our early 20s and we're like exchanging our experiences of navigating adulthood, womanhood, and how we're constantly going through the most. I don't know if that's a good description, but if I left anything out.
That's a great one. Yeah, pretty much that. It's just a platform for us to really exchange our experiences, our stories. I think this season, we've got season 3. We've started as well incorporating guests, and we've mostly been prioritizing guests who have been listeners, for all these years, and it's been really good. It's been really, really amazing. So that's
lovely. How's the journey been like going into podcasting when obviously when you guys started, it wasn't so popular and having to like grow with the industry?
Yeah, so I think for us, when we started, it was just something that we did for fun. Yeah, it was a passion project. It was like a labor of love. We grew a small community that was really interactive and we enjoyed that. And I mean, we've got full-time jobs. So it wasn't really it wasn't coming from the perspective of, oh, this is something that we really want to commercialize and we really need to make money from and we really need to put all this labor in, because we would just basically produce the show in terms of creating the content and then also being on camera, and Menzi would edit and all of that. And then it got to a point where we actually got some management and we were getting some deals and some consulting deals as well, which was really, really cool because all of the brand deals that we sort of got were things that were aligned with who we were and the stuff that we were speaking about. So it didn't feel artificial and contrived, which is something that we wanted to stay away from. But then it just got a little bit too big for us because there's like this scale where it's like, okay, what is visibility and what is hyper visibility? Because there's sort of no world where you would have 300 people agreeing with you in a room at any given time if you're a normal person. And when you have a podcast or you have a platform or you have a big platform on social, there's like so many eyes on you, so many opinions, you're engaging with so many people. It just became a bit too much for the things that we were experiencing in our lives. For instance, for me, it was motherhood. And I just wanted to protect that and not have that be something that I speak about in a way that people's responses could affect the experience that I'm having. So that influenced the break that we were taking, but also sort of the parasocial relationships that come with being hypervisible and the way people relate to you and the way you form new relationships as well, because sometimes you're just making a friend and it turns out it's someone that's been listening to you for years and it's just not that authentic of an experience. So that's some of the stuff that I've personally experienced in the journey. But I think what anchored us and what made us come back is the fact that we had still such an amazing community and it felt like we were doing something important by having these conversations as young women and having a community of young women that could relate and sort of engage with us about that. It just felt like something that was still needed in the world, no matter how small or how big it gets.
Yeah. And Misha, what about you? How's your experience been?
I mean, it's been quite interesting. I'm a very introverted person. Really like to. You both are.
Well, we know that's a lie.
I mean, we know that.
Well, now we know that is a lie.
Just sometimes
No, but
I have
I believe.
to come
No, but
out.
I get you. I
I
get you.
out of my shell every now and then. But it was quite an interesting experience. I mean, it's one thing when you're sitting in this room and you're conversing with your friend and someone you've known for many years. It's another thing when we now put it out there. And I think with work, with life, I was doing my master's degree. I moved. So many things were just happening. It was quite overwhelming, one, but also two, it's very tempting to, when you have these platforms, to, especially for our, subject matter, which is around, navigating adulthood, navigating womanhood, it's very easy to make, your life the topic. And I didn't want that at the time. I kind of I was feeling very I just needed to fold within myself. So that also, just informed the break that we had taken. But I mean, it's been an amazing experience podcasting in South Africa. I think, I mean, I'm not shy to say that we are one of the pioneers.
Yes, girl.
I'm really not shy to say that. I don't think we serve any purpose for ourselves by diminishing our impact, diminishing our work. It doesn't do us any favors because nobody else is going to say that about us. We need to be saying that about us.
Yeah.
So I think even coming back, it's been really affirming, being back because so many people were so excited and genuinely excited. And I think we as a result of that, it made coming back so much easier. I mean, we're now posting every week. So
actually, shameless plug. This studio setup, the relationship that we have with Spotify, also made things so much easier because now there's so much that we don't need to worry about in terms of getting the content ready and out. South Africa is such an interesting landscape in terms of the consumption of content, right? We will act like we're above certain things, but we will consume those things the most. And the things that we act like are the things that we're hungry for. People are making them, but we're not actively going out there and seeking them out. So it's people act like they find themselves being exposed to this content that they don't want and they're not interested in, but that's what they consume the most according to the numbers. And it's like there's wholesome stuff like what you're doing, like okay, I consider what we're doing wholesome as well, but like not that many people are putting their eyes on it or actively searching for it. So we really need to be honest about that too.
Yeah, no, we do. I think that's been my frustration with, from a consumer perspective when it comes to podcasts, because I think the popular narrative is to be like, podcasts are ruining the community. Everyone and their mother has a podcast. And it's like, you're complaining about the mainstream podcasts, one. Two, you are marketing them even more with your persistent engagement with that content, but also with putting it out there. But also three, you're complaining about, the lack of certain content in the podcast space. But then four, you're not curious. You're not seeking that information out. And I think that does tend to be a bit of a problem. I feel like when it comes to podcasts, guys,
there's so much.
Even within South
so
Africa.
many
It's very
people.
saturated.
Yeah.
You really, there's something for everybody. And so I think, I'd really just encourage everybody to be curious, guys. Seek out the things that you want. Listen to the people that you want to listen to. It's not every day listening to people that make you mad. Like, please, don't do that.
You want to laugh.
You want to laugh. You want to have fun. You want to learn. You want to cringe sometimes and reflect and be like, oh, actually, I can change this about myself. I can do that. Not every time angry.
Yeah, and that's what I try to tell people all the time. Like whenever because I feel like there's this negative narrative that is, stamped on podcasts.
Yeah.
Right? People
Absolutely.
think that when they come to a podcast, it's a place where your dirty laundry gets
Yes,
discussed.
yes.
And this is something that I always tell our guests whenever I invite a guest or, when Yolanda invites a guest to our podcast, I always tell them like, it's literally just light-hearted conversations. We just want our audience and our viewers to get to know you better and to get to know a side of you that nobody else knows. And if there's anything that you want to clear out, then hey, this is the platform.
Yeah.
But more than anything, we're not out here trying to find out who you slept with.
It's not a
500
gotcha.
million
It's not a gotcha
Like,
moment kind of
this
thing.
is not,
yeah.
it's not that kind of party. You know what
We're
I
not
mean?
here to trap you.
No, we're not here to trap you. And people always think invitations to podcasts are traps. And it's like,
Yeah.
no, guys.
But I think it's also because of the person. So, for example, I talk too much. Even if you didn't trap
We
me.
all talk too much. That's why
I'll
she
probably-
talks
I'll
more.
probably say something. Yes.
Edmo.
So let's say, for example, you invite me.
Yeah.
I sometimes decline, some interviews because I know
I'm gonna spill
we're gonna have
over.
you
bury
there.
myself.
We're gonna have you there.
Unnecessary. Now I'm gonna come to yours. I mean, womanhood. I'll be talking about hormones there. It's fine. But I'm just saying that sometimes a person, like it's a personal thing, like you don't want to overshare because you're probably gonna bury yourself. But the way a person is gonna, like, you can ask, and then, so what do you think happened that day? Then boof. I give everything.
Yeah.
When they're done with the conversation and they go home and they reflect now, or maybe when they watch the episode, Yolanda trapped me. Why did she ask me that question? Why did she?
Have you had that experience?
Wow.
I've had the experience actually. I've actually been to this part.
Actually, let's hear
I
about
said,
it.
no, let's not go there. But let me take mine.
Yeah, we wanna hear.
I've never really.
We're gonna get into
Like so with me, I think that the thing with me is I'm a very free spirit person.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of don'ts.
Yes.
or things that I'm hiding. Yeah.
And the people that I would say helping me or helping me build, people that are watching.
Yeah.
People would be like my family, for example, when I was growing up, they were the ones watching me. They'd be like, no, you don't do this. You don't play
Like
this.
containing
You don't talk
you.
like this.
Yeah,
You don't,
yeah.
So these people are still there in my life.
Yeah.
So whenever a lot of them were concerned about me having a podcast.
Yeah.
Yo.
So they're like, yeah, no,
A lot of them were like, bad idea. No podcast for you, child. Because they know that I'm just going to spill sometimes. So that's my issue.
But I think the beauty is that like we speak about this all the time. Where it's like there's nothing that I've told you that you can use against me.
Can't shame me for
Like
something
you
I've
can't
opened
shame
up.
me for something that I've opened up about. I know.
Yeah, like, I told you, dog. Like,
So
this
I
is not
think-
new information.
I think then a lot of people have that fear of, I'm going to be caught out about something because it's things that they haven't like reckoned with or like got into a place of being comfortable with.
Yeah.
But me, I be saying stuff and I said it. And I said what I said.
Girl,
and you can't shame me.
throwing myself under the bus on these cameras all the time. I be digging my own graves and I'm just like, I do not know why I'm always putting my business on blast, but here we are.
And I'm not, it's not because of me. Yeah, so just to put it out there, it's not because of me. She buries herself alone.
No, but then also it's because obviously of the nature of the conversation. You know, when you have a conversation with someone, you want them to feel like, you know what, if you can open up about that, it's okay. I can open
too.
up. Because at the end of the day, guys, we've all lived.
Yes.
Right? We've all experienced.
And we're alive at the same time.
And we're alive right now.
For the first time.
And also life is long.
Very.
We are still going
Very.
to live. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people, when they watch podcasts, they watch it for relatability. They want to be able to relate.
That's why I watch any
they
podcast.
want to be able to relate. They don't want to seem like you're living this life that's far-fetched. Like I always tell people, I'm like, you know what? I personally feel like podcasting is modern day TV talk shows.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just that they don't call them that, but essentially that's what we are. We're modern day talk shows.
Yeah.
You know, and what do you
There's
do on a
people
talk
you can
show?
relate to.
You talk and you sit with people that you feel like, oh my goodness, you know, I experienced that. How did this person get over that? How did they deal with that? You know, how did they get over that hurdle? And I think people are just scared to open up.
But I wouldn't diminish what you had raised now about the fact that there is a specific type of podcast that is very mainstream in South Africa that gets most of the views, that gets most of the shares and all of that. And that is sort of hogging people's understanding of what a podcast is. And I think that sort of puts a challenge for us as like, I'll say smaller podcasters within the space or different podcasters to say, how do we introduce more people to our content? How do we create that curiosity that Misha is speaking about while we still saying to the consumer, you have a responsibility to seek out the things that you want as well. So I think there's a chat to be had there around that too.
Also, I feel like a lot of people started podcasts because they saw one podcast thriving.
Yes.
So that's another problem.
And then they play into that content.
That's another problem because if your mentality is going to be, I'm going to start it because, they're doing well. And then now you don't do well, then it's going to be a problem.
And also, what is well?
What exactly?
Like, I think we need to speak about well because people do things for different reasons.
I feel like money. For example, if your podcast has merchandise that is thriving, numbers, comments, every single day on your timeline, it's them popping out. And then next thing I see you driving a Porsche, you know, living in a very fancy house. Do this. Then when I now open my podcast, I open it to the fact that, okay, Yolanda did
all
this.
of that.
Yolanda has a Mac on her table.
yeah.
Well, it was a gift, by the way.
Shout out.
Even if you bought it, girl,
then now you're thinking, if you open a podcast also in 3 seconds,
You're gonna get that.
That's where we need to be honest about certain things.
It doesn't work like that,
where it's like myself and Misha, we have full-time jobs. Not sure about you guys.
oh, we're so not working.
You see, so it's a very different. It's a very different
We
reality.
need this $1 from YouTube.
I don't want cent of like.
So like the things that I have come from that job. And I think we need to be very honest about that as like creators within a space to say, if you see me living a certain life, it's not solely because of this. And then there are people who are living it solely because of that, because they're giving all of their time to it in a certain way. So I think there's another conversation, especially considering, I don't know if you guys have looked at your stats and seen like what the age range that consumes your content is. I think that also sort of puts some level of responsibility on us, because if it skews towards a younger audience, it's like, okay, we actually need to be very clear about what's happening in our lives if we're suddenly driving a Porsche and all of that, so that people don't have unnecessary expectations and unrealistic, and then people start then like living these kinds of lives that are very different. Because I remember there was a time we had friends who were like, the beginning, this is like 2016.
The beginning.
When content creation was starting to sort of like boom, you know? And you'd find people that are now deliberately going to like sit at a certain restaurant and just like order water or whatever, and then take pictures so that they can literally post content that appears to be a certain way.
There's also this thing I saw of
No, he is cute, Shem. I saw him walk past again. Yeah. No,
he is
okay.
cute. He is
Wow.
cute.
But anyway.
Thank you. There's a content
wouldn't
creator
know.
that actually went to, I don't know if it's an airport or what, and then as if they're getting off of the private
You
jet.
see stuff like that.
And then someone commented and said those things were not removed, apparently, meaning it's packed.
You see.
It never moved.
But maybe it was
Because
going
of-
to move.
No,
it's
but
because
it
they were
means it didn't
creating.
it's not like it landed and you got off the thingy. So it means you
There
lied
was-
about the fact that you were getting
Yeah,
off
they were
of
creating
the...
illusion. Because that's
What
what's
if you are
gonna
getting
happen.
on it?
No, they definitely weren't.
the way
There's a
the jet was stationed, it's not moving.
Jet even.
It was a jet. I think it was a jet.
It was.
I'm just saying, if
So a
I
lot
saw
of
a
people
Lamborghini
try
parked in front
to
of me,
live up
I'm
to
taking a
that,
picture.
and it's not true in most cases.
You
It's
see.
also unrealistic, guys. We must also be very realistic. We live in this South Africa. What do our stats say about, the top 1%? How much are they earning?
For them to have those
for them
things
to have
versus
those things.
content creators.
And also, how many times have we seen, Madlanga Commission is right
oh wow,
there.
that is a
Madlanga Commission is right there. It is a very clear example or just proof.
the IG baddie to criminals partner pipeline.
That
is
we mustn't now come and see somebody living their life however they live. We don't know what they do. We don't know where they come from. And then we're like, I can do that too. Or, oh my God, I want that too. You don't know
You don't
where
know
they
what
get
they're
that money
going-
from.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we must cope with everybody that we see, because that's also a
and
cope.
think that everyone's doing
That's
that.
also a cope, and especially towards women. I've noticed that
It
the
happens a lot
baddies,
from women.
especially,
It happens a lot with us.
and I mean it's a subset of misogyny, because it's like, oh no, she's living life like this because she's got a sugar daddy, or whatever it is. We don't know that.
And there's so many scary stories about this lifestyle, actually.
Yeah.
There was a time where those Dubai stories were happening.
Yes,
Remember?
yes, yes,
Where they were
yes.
saying people
People are getting pooped on,
Yeah.
blah, blah,
Let
blah.
me tell you, I
Hey,
never
hey.
believed those stories. And apparently they were true. In my head, I was like, there's no way.
You just can't.
No, heaven or earth. You would do that to
Let's
yourself.
not kink shame.
Yes.
Let's not kink
Hey,
shame.
these are
Because
kinks.
for
people
some
have
people.
kinks.
Guys.
Yeah.
Ne? But at the same time, the way that angle was being
Yes.
sold was that any and most women
That
who
go
are
there,
going to these
yes.
places are getting these things
I'm scared to
done
go to
them.
Dubai now because I feel like if I take a
that's
picture
another
in
thing.
Dubai,
They think you're doing
they
that.
don't think I'm getting shot in my mouth.
You see?
I'm also afraid even when I get like a genuine invite. In my head, I'm like, yo, what's going to
What if they're trafficking you?
What's gonna happen? Well, I mean, I'm two colors, and there's a weird belief about my skin also. Then I'm there now.
Now it's a
my
fetish.
And I'm like,
Oh my word.
no. But the thing is, the lifestyle and it even causes depression.
Yes,
Like, someone would
obviously.
literally be depressed over someone's life.
Hey man, I took a break.
They don't even know.
I will be
I've
honest.
taken
I
breaks,
took a
yeah.
I took a break from
yeah.
Instagram.
Oh yeah.
And I
I wanna see that
unfollowed
happy
everyone
shit.
that I did not know.
Yeah.
Because I was like, this is affecting me in a weird way. And I had a similar relationship with Snapchat where I remember where it was like, you remember the filters on Snapchat were like
yes.
snatched, like your face would be.
I love Snapchat
And then
filters.
I got to a point where I was like, why am I uncomfortable with like taking a photo that doesn't have this filter on? And I was like, I don't like this. It was the same journey that I went through with makeup where I was like, why am I feeling so uncomfortable with my face when I don't have all this stuff? So on Instagram, I was like, hey man, and I like listening to uncomfortable feelings that I feel because I'm like, I don't want to act out.
brave,
I don't want to
girl.
act out. I don't want to
That,
act
yeah,
out. I don't want to
absolutely,
act out because
Yeah.
you will feel jealous. You will feel, it's very human
okay.
emotions, but then when we like suppress them, we just be doing weird shit.
And we act on them.
Literally.
When we
So I was like,
suppress
like everyone's happy. Everyone's going to see Beyonce. Everyone's overseas twice a year. Why am I not getting any of this? And it didn't feel nice.
Isn't it worse now that you're back?
No, because now I'm
Like
like,
the content.
No, because I literally curated my account
Yeah.
so that I had a locked account before we redid the podcast, and I only followed people that I know, and I still only follow people that I know, and my consumption is very like interest based.
Yeah.
So I'm not seeing random people living their best life. I'm into running and cycling, so I literally see that stuff.
But
And
then
I'm like, that's okay.
I'm also like, I
Someone
also
would
did that.
argue to say that it's also a motivation to see that.
So it depends.
Pushes you.
It depends on where you are.
I think I'm past that point. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like,
Yeah, no,
my
I'm
life, that's
life
not
is
where
my
I would find
motivation. Yeah.
motivation.
Yeah.
I think maybe in my early 20s, I would have been like,
Yes. Definitely.
And I'm going to use the word naive. Don't kill me. Don't come from me. I would have been naive enough to be motivated by that. But I think now with what I know about the world and how people can get certain stuff and the things that you have to do to be at certain levels, I'm like, I'm not motivated.
I'm not motivated by that.
All by extreme wealth and any of that stuff. Maybe I'll be motivated by someone running a marathon, someone like coming from being extremely overweight or doing something while they're overweight, or somebody like coming from being sick and doing something physical with their body, because that's what I'm really interested in right now. But like all the material stuff, I'm like, I like nice things, but I don't need to see it from y'all.
Yeah,
Like,
no, I'm also pretty much the same. I think I'm past that point of seeing somebody's life, and especially from a material things perspective, and being inspired or like motivated, because I'm like, my own life is that it should be that inspiration for one, but also two, I don't want the same thing. We don't want the same things. And so, I don't want to bog myself down with watching somebody live their life, but I'm not, you know, and I'm not sitting with myself and going, okay, Misha, what do you want? Not what is being prescribed out there. Because at the end of the day, social media, including influencers, we are influencers in a sense. So I'm not bashing
Excluding
anybody.
yourself.
I'm not excluding anybody. But even as influencers, our job is to market a lifestyle or a product. And so I was just like, I don't necessarily want my social media consumption to just be, now every time I'm getting marketed, and you know what happens is then you want to buy these things or you want to attain these things, but it's like you get them and then it's like, okay, but
now what?
It wasn't
Now what?
motivated by
It wasn't-
a need that you had.
I didn't feel
intrinsically.
fulfilled. I didn't feel like, okay, you know what? I feel closer to myself. I feel closer to the people in my life. And so for me, I think I was just like, I can't draw inspiration from other people living their lives, especially real tangible people. I'm a real tangible person myself. And there's a life that I would like to live, and I would like to formulate and think about that life outside of what is being,
Done by others.
Yeah, what is being done by others. Because as well, there's social media, but there's womanhood. Womanhood as well is very, the way in which we've come to know it is very predicated on conformity. We must all be the same. We must all love this thing. We must all enjoy doing our hair.
We must all get a BBL. And I want that BBL.
We must all want that bag. We must all want that car. We must all want the hair, and it's like, but who am I? Who am I? What do I want? Yeah.
But I think the most important thing is knowing who you are.
Yes.
For example,
Absolutely.
I'm not like that.
Yeah.
So I get motivated. Well, I'm not going to lie to you. I do get motivated when I see all of that
Like,
on social media.
And I understand it because I visited her hometown this past weekend.
Yes, I really get motivated. And when I look, even if people come up with the stories to say, oh no, she did this to be there. She did.
it's fine.
In my head, I'm like, I'm gonna work.
She did it still.
And she worked. I'm gonna work.
And
She did that, but I'm gonna work and I'm gonna get it. Because I know if I can work this much, I'm gonna get here. And it's hard. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like the other thing that a lot of people would discover and then run away and then want to do what everyone is doing is the fact that hard work is hard.
Very
So
difficult.
you think I'm going to do podcasts and or I'm going to be an influencer, If you have to be at a restaurant every day or maybe every weekend,
That's a lot of work,
that is
guys.
a lot of
It is.
money. If you have to stay in a very sophisticated apartment, it's a lot of money. If you have to dress a certain way, it's a lot of money.
Yes.
I wear Shein. I have Shein stuff campaigns where they send you stuff and then you post it. You're never going to tell that I'm wearing shit.
But it's a lot of work to film all of that.
All of that. But I don't have to use money. So my point is, I'm not going to put myself in a situation where I showcase Gucci.
For what?
Because I know I can afford Gucci now. But when I can afford Gucci, I'm gonna...
It's yours. Yes.
So I feel like people just want to put themselves
they want
in a
to skip.
situation.
They want to skip those steps.
Yes.
Right.
And if you see Yolanda post, just because, let's say, for example, we went to Big Brother, right?
Yeah.
Just because we went to Big Brother, it doesn't necessarily mean we're on the same level. Yolanda can be from Big Brother, but she's coming from a rich family.
Yes.
Yaya can be from Big Brother, she has a rich man.
Yes.
Sbanmani can be from Big Brother, poor family. And then
We
all
come
of
from
that.
different
So
backgrounds.
we all have different
Have a
backgrounds.
different starting point.
If I am showcasing a certain lifestyle after Big Brother, it doesn't mean it's brands. It's not always brands. It's not always because you'll get one brand deal.
Yeah.
And then it will like 3-4 months wait, 10
you
months
are
wait,
waiting.
and then another brand deal.
Yes.
But then you see me in Zanzibar. Okay, that means I also can. No.
Yeah.
You need to get to a point where you can take yourself there through working, and
you
building.
can't skip.
You can't.
You can't skip.
lot of
I think
work.
that's
Don't
what we
wanna do
always
that.
need to talk about. It doesn't matter what realm you're playing
Yes,
in. You have to do the hard work.
You have to put
It doesn't
in the
matter
work.
whether it's Kiskolo,
Don't like hard
whether it's influencing,
Even
whether
down to sex work, guys.
Yes, it's work. It's all work. Everything is work, and everything needs work.
Yeah.
Everything needs work.
Must work.
And
doesn't
there's no
come easy.
shortcuts.
Sorry, ladies. I just want to highlight on something that Yolanda said. First of all, before I highlight on that, I just want to talk about how resilient you are.
Absolutely.
This girl
Is it about me?
Such a resilient young somebody.
You're gonna make me
because,
cry.
like I said, we went to her hometown this past weekend because there was a wedding, and she has
Hold on. Let me
worked.
quickly fix this thing.
I'm not gonna compliment you again. It's a
No,
good
I just wanna.
I'm done complimenting you.
It's ringing.
Switch off this thing here.
You know, and like she's really worked hard.
Yeah.
Like I don't think people understand the amount of work.
Yeah.
And like climbing over hurdles that she had to go through to come from such a small rural town in the middle of Limpopo, where they switch the water on and off just so that you can shower and brush your teeth and cook.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
she has worked so hard, right? And I just want to highlight on
Absolutely.
the ethic and the hard work.
Am I crying?
Right? However, like she said, we were in the Big Brother house.
Yeah.
And I feel like people have super unrealistic
Absolutely.
expectations of people they see on TV.
Yes.
You saw me when I was going into the house that I was wearing Shein. I didn't win the money because Big Brother Most is a show you win the money and it's
Yes.
winner takes all.
Yeah.
You saw that I was not the winner. Now you expect me to
A
post
certain
in
life.
Gucci and in
Battle.
Fendi and in...
Johnny.
And I'm just like, you saw...
Do people
Me in
know
the
the
house.
price of? I think also.
Do you know? Yeah,
people don't know the
You
price of
saw
things.
I didn't even win the money. Even if, let's say, I won the money.
Yeah.
You don't know what it needs to do.
Do you understand?
You don't know where I come from.
You don't know what I
needs to
You don't know who I'm
do.
supporting.
People are wild. People, I remember I got an inbox, right? Because also people that watch the show
Yeah, parasocial, they know you.
Yeah, we-
Yes,
they feel like
they
they asked you guys
watched
about
you
that.
so many days, so they know
they
you.
feel like they're
They know
entitled
you,
to just
know
say
you.
whatever you
Yeah.
want. And I remember this was like a couple of months after my season ended because I was the season before Yolanda's season.
Sure.
And I remember someone sending me an inbox saying, why are you still wearing the same clothes you are wearing? in the
Hi.
house? Can't you see other kids are buying clothes? If you don't have money, at least go to Mr. Price and buy yourself new clothes like other kids.
Kachalete amang.
Do you know what?
I sat there and I was just like, Paji, whose clothes are they? Are they not my clothes?
And who are you and who knows
Am
you?
I not supposed to wear my clothes?
What
also?
about your own clothes also?
And on top of that, you
Are
saw
you
I didn't
buying?
win.
But
So
but the
where do you
reality-
think I
but
have
the
money
thing
to
is,
change my
The
wardrobe from?
reality is that's what people want
Yeah.
to see.
Yeah.
So you must now
Confide
we
to
spoke
them.
about this.
Then they support you.
We spoke about this in terms of like how when you are, I'll put us in the
yes.
influencer
Yeah,
box
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Then you are essentially a Karabo in generations, and they are commenting about you and speak. When you're living your life, this is a part of our lives, and this is us sharing our real life experiences. But they are consuming you like someone from a soapy, and they are now commenting because to them it's as if I'm commenting
made it,
on the costume design on generations. Like why isn't the costume department not updating your clothes? Because you're not a real person. You're someone that they've been consuming from TV.
Yolanda doesn't know how to dress. Everyone dresses nice except her. And that time I'm not dressing myself.
Babe,
babe.
also it's like who are you? Like who are you? Like when you're commenting on these things, because we're existing in the same space, we're both on social media, you're contacting me via social media. When you're about to send me that message,
Ask yourself,
would anyone ever send you this message? When I self you, like what?
because I think we're very sorry. I think we're
Crazy.
very like no, you know, they're influencers. We're influencers. So I mean, it comes with the territory. And it's like no, guys, no.
But also, I feel like our people don't want the reality of life.
Yeah.
Because even the story of Onezwa and that lady, what's the other name?
Nara Smith.
Yes.
People loved, even though Onezwa was saying, hey, Nara this and Nara that, people loved the lives. This is the lady said it on TikTok. People loved the narrative and everything that Nara is showing. Because she dresses Gucci's and whatnot. She's beautiful. She's light
the
skin.
slow pace and all of that.
And then Onezwa would go to the river.
She's a single mom,
fish.
you know, all of that.
And then catch a fish with their tracksuits on. And then come back in the morning, scrub that fish. And then clean it and then cook it. And then we don't see Gucci in Onezwa's life. And even how the whole story blew up, Onezwa still didn't get the recognition I feel like she deserved. Because the lifestyle and everything Onezwa was showing, it's
closer to you. It's closer to you.
The reality that we live
closer to
in.
you.
But you don't want to see that.
Because you want to escape your reality, guys.
That's the problem.
That's why they come back to us to say we need to showcase Gucci's and flying.
But also that's where you like, why is consumption always an escape?
If you don't, then they go support someone else who's showcasing.
No, but they don't do that. Let's be honest. They don't. They DM you and tell you some bullshit. Because like instead of just going to support someone who has new clothes and tell them, oh, your clothes look nice, like what they did, why do they feel the need to come and try change what you're doing? That's what they do. They'll come with the negative comments to you as opposed to supporting the person that's doing what they want.
To show that it's like... Exactly.
Like it makes life very hard for a lot of, I would say a lot of young people.
It's depressing.
Absolutely.
It is
It's quite depressing.
I feel like it makes people do, for example, if you've been struggling for years, or maybe let's say you were a content creator struggling for 3-4 years, for example, and then someone wants to do something to you before they give you money. 99% of the time you'll do it.
So it creates a cohesive environment.
And then now you're like, I've been struggling a lot, and then I'm going to, and then now, and then you don't even be honest about it. Now you come and you showcase as if you are hardworking.
Obviously.
After hardworking and you had worked. And then now you got
But
there.
she worked hard.
I mean, she had to work hard. She had to work hard.
She did.
Absolutely.
And I think for me, the unrealistic thing about it is that now they're teaching these young women, you know, that are coming up, that all of this is attainable if you just smile for the camera. And that is not the truth.
If you look a certain way.
At the end, and now kids don't want to go to school. Kids don't want to obtain degrees. And I'm not saying this as like Zautinina, for instance, I didn't finish school. I studied animal health. In the middle of my degree, I realized that there's a reason why I didn't study biology in high school. I don't like anything that has to do with anatomy and physiology. So I'm just going to find myself a job. Right? And by the time I discovered that I don't like my degree, my mom was retiring. So she couldn't afford to take me through school because she was like, girl, I already paid all these years and you want to come here and tell me you want to change your degree? Like, I don't have that money. I'm an educator. I'm still paying for your 2 nephews that are still in high school. So you're going to have to fend for yourself, right? And unfortunately, I had to learn independence at I don't know if it's unfortunate or fortunate, because I had to learn independence like well in my early 20s. Like I was like 21 and I decided, no, I can't do this. And Misha was like, okay, then shop, you're on your own.
Born,
Right?
And that's born and angogo and is up for nice.
Born and angogo.
But with that said, guys, we can't all be content creators. We need doctors. We need educators. We need
But even within content creation, I believe, because I'm a marketer.
Marketing.
And I really believe in the value of finding what you're interested in and using the theory that exists to make how you practice much better. Like for everything.
And also, people who went to school, ne? And then after school, they come and do content creation, are killing it.
Yes, because they specializing.
It's an example. She went to school. I think she's a teacher. Or she was
I think she was an educator.
Educator, ne? And then she found. But the whole education also is playing a good role. People say, yeah, school, this, school, this. Yes, it's going to be like 2% of people probably make it without school. Yes. But it doesn't change the fact that we all need it. I went to a book launch checkup, DJ's Boone. There was a guy there who, that guy motivated me. I forgot his name.
But while you look
that much,
yes,
I'll say as a young black woman, like what you're saying, Nothing will change your life like school will.
Yeah, as a young black woman.
Ever.
Musadiki, skolo.
Nothing will ever change your life like school will.
It's
You're back.
Dr. Sizwe Ngazana.
Nkosana.
Yo, this man made me understand education on a different level. And I was like, I hope and pray each and every young person stay in school, because if everyone stay in school and learn to understand,
yes, critical
I'm telling
thinking.
you, our economy would triple from where it is, because when they come out, even if they go DJ, even if they do music, even if they
Even if you want to be a forex trader,
you are going to.
No, but the real forex traders are working at the banks, Mama Goldman Sachs.
Forex trading.
Yes, they're in school.
You cannot
it's there.
do forex without knowing math.
Yes.
You don't know math.
It's all
The pure
there.
math, you don't know it. You did math lit, but you want to
It's
do
all
forex. Kanjani?
there, guys.
You
Like,
can't even count. A lot of people, I feel like they get, because most content creators, they even bury themselves with SARS. They don't know they need to go and pay back SARS.
She went to such an interesting masterclass last year with the Momentum Science of Success. And they had an entire tax session dedicated to the influencer tax issue and how it actually works and what it means. And the fact that SARS is actually clamping down because people aren't paying their tax. And they somehow believe that they should be looked at differently to everyone else. And it's like, no,
education
babe.
would have told you.
Like, no,
Thank
babe.
you.
But also using the tools that are available.
Exactly.
Like, yes, you are a content creator. Get a proper accountant.
Yeah.
Thank
Get
you.
a proper this.
Lawyer
Get a
even.
proper you know. Don't
You need a
just
good
be
lawyer and a good
reviewing
accountant.
your own contracts and thinking, oh no, this is just basic. It makes sense. Once you start making the right amount of money that can give you access to the things that will make you more money, pay for those things.
Yeah.
Invest in yourself.
Yes, yes.
I think because like I absolutely 110% agree with you. But I think where we lose it is because now content creation is also saturated. There's so many of us,
yes.
right? We're all fighting for this one piece of pie. Right, and it's like whenever I get the opportunity, I need to keep all of this money to myself because I do not know when
and
I'm
also
gonna get
it's
the
one
next
job every 3 months.
You understand what I
Every 4
mean?
months.
And it's
But
just like, I can't
also,
afford to
I
be
feel
paying
like
a lawyer.
we are the ones limiting ourselves. Because if you look at the States, for example, they don't just do Instagram. A person is going to be Instagram,
every
YouTube,
platform.
TikTok,
what was stream. And the platforms are giving the money. Yes, Instagram is not paying us South Africans as yet, but it pays that side apparently.
Yeah.
But why don't we take the same content that you're posting on
cross-post.
Instagram and post it on YouTube as well, so you make money and not have to wait for brands. That is why when I came out of the house, I was like, I saw this somewhere actually. People wanted to see me on the screen. Oh, me seeing the screen. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to wait for anyone to put me on the screen.
I'm going to start.
I'm going to put myself on
my
the
own
screen and
channels.
remain in their faces if they still want to see. You understand?
Yeah.
It's exactly that. I feel like we sit and we wait for who must give you what.
Yeah.
You can create it. I feel like these AI things that are coming.
Yeah.
There's a lot of money and opportunities
this
that
is
we
so
can actually make.
interesting for me because I sort of sit on both sides, right? Where I've hired influencers for campaigns, worked with agencies that are now like and companies that have announced that they're investing heavily in like social first content, right? I think a huge problem for South African creators is what you're saying, where they're not diversifying and growing all of their platforms. If this is something that they're doing, they focus on one platform and hope to make it like with that one platform. But also in terms of the content itself, very few people are actually specializing. Like to say that, okay, I like back in the day we would have your beauty influencers and that's what they would do.
Stick
And
to
they
that.
would do that.
Yeah.
Outside of just sticking to it, they would do it so well and properly that even when they integrate other things that are a bit lifestyle-y, it's anchored around what their core is and they're easily marketable to brands because it's very easy to see that, okay, this is what Yolanda does. Yolanda's serious about this. Oh, this is how we can bring Yolanda into this thing because she would approach it from this angle that's anchored in what she specializes in. People want to do everything right now.
I think that's what William is doing. You know William the funny
The
guy.
comedian guy. Yes.
He's a comedian anywhere.
Yes.
He's gonna sell you a cold drink. He's gonna
He's gonna
create
make
a
it funny.
comedian
Yes.
reel on a Coke. After that, he's gonna he still stick to being comedian in whatever he's doing.
Yeah.
And he does that guy can post 3 seconds back.
because-
I view it's already on 1 million likes.
Because we know that
where are you living?
we know what we want
enough.
to get from you,
Yeah.
and we know that if there's a partnership with you and this brand, it's going to be about something that's different, that's definitely authentically you. So we want to watch. But if we send you everything, and every time it's something
here, there,
different, we're like,
everywhere. Yeah.
we're bored because we just know you're selling us stuff. It's not something well thought out. And even though you think the average consumer is not considering all of this, they are, which is why your engagement rates will be much lower if you're doing stuff that's so different to who you are, because it goes back to that relatability that you were speaking about earlier. So you need to consider it from like the brand side as well, as much as you consider it from you as the creator.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Why is our time up?
It's been such an amazing conversation.
Oh,
so
yes.
beautiful. I feel like time flew.
It did fly because we didn't even get to what we said we were going to speak about. We didn't speak about what we said we were going to speak about, but anyway, maybe we'll come back one day.
Come back. We would love to have you
David and them must tell us how many minutes we're on now. I feel like we're
come
late.
back. Oh my gosh.
Come back.
You just flew over us.
I think we're gonna come to you guys.
Yeah, so
come to
please,
you guys.
whoever's watching here will
you
cross
guys. We're
over.
gonna cross
And then
over.
we'll also
Travelling
tell
Mgowo.
whoever's
And
watching
we're
us
gonna
to come
continue-
here.
Yeah, we're gonna
Yes,
continue
yes,
the topic
yes.
on the other side.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We'll let you know. We'll let you know.
Thank you for having us. It's been
Yes,
amazing.
thank you for having us.
It's been such a
I love this type of conversation. No script, nothing. I said we're gonna talk about menstrual cycle, hormones, women.
Where was I when she was giving us the 411?
I was dating horrible for you the first time you did
know, I was
it.
actually gonna ask you guys about that.
those
About
It's fine. We'll have that episode on our side.
That's what I thought we'll
No,
talk
they'll
about.
catch it on
That's
our
one of my
side.
favorite things to talk about.
They'll catch
That's
it
what
on
we're
our
gonna talk
side.
about. I really thought that was, but it went Zumba. Hey, Dubai. After Dubai.
How do you get your armpits to be so?
Actually,
Wow.
we didn't talk about that.
No, it's because she
No,
got
we'll be back.
vitiligo,
No, it's
so her
not,
hair
but
doesn't
it's
grow.
not- it's
Still,
not about
no,
my-
I don't
it's not
think
about
so.
my
Her hair
hair.
doesn't grow and her vitiligo
No,
spots.
it does.
It falls
She's
off.
lying.
I was gonna believe you.
That's
Okay, we're gonna be back. We're gonna be back. We're gonna
I'll
be
tell you
back.
how I shave.
That's very important
We
to
wanna know.
What I use when I shave.
This is watching this.
Yeah, in case you're watching, just I'm about to.
Because I was like this whole time. I was like, that
Yeah,
armpit
I'm like,
though.
wow, they're
It's
really
like that
fantastic.
armpit.
It's so clean. It looks like a white person armpit.
Are you making me shy? Open my eyes.
No, we are admiring them.
Yes, we admire.
There's no mbiza there. There's no dark. Nothing.
But it was like this even before the skin.
Yeah. So clearly you've got a recipe that works.
So I'll tell you what my grandmother taught me.
Yeah.
When we got, you'll tell us in the next episode.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
So
tell you the
please, we'll
recipe.
cross
It's a
over.
recipe.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of recipes get this one.
Yeah, about women I do actually. I do. Like women stuff.
She'll teach you things this one.
We'll
I do.
talk.
No, but I can't teach those things in the camera.
You can?
No.
Yes, you can.
These ones
Maybe
are
on
gonna
our
judge
side.
me.
Maybe on our side. There's no judgment there. No
Subscription
judgment
fee
zone.
if they want.
Yes,
Yes.
subscription fee for
Yes.
the
That's how you monetize. You see.
For the exclusive
Guys, thank you so much, ladies. Thank you so much. You've
Thank
been
you for
such a
having us.
joy. Thank you
Thank
for honoring our
you.
invite. We really appreciate the fact that you took time to come and chit chat with us.
And I'm sure Spotify is gonna be so happy about this combo.
Yes, this is the winning combo.
They
match you are watching.
They didn't know they needed.
They match made us like earlier.
You
this
guys
week.
can
And now
come in
we're
from that
here.
corporate view, and then we'll just come in from the streets view. From the street view.
From the streets,
Don't kill me.
For real.
We dabble in the streets. We dabble in the streets.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember, this episode goes out first on Mondays on Spotify at 3 p.m. Central Africa time, and again on Wednesdays, 3 p.m. Central Africa time. Yolanda, is there anything you want to say?
Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Continue subscribing and downloading that Spotify app so that you watch this episode. Episode. Monday, Wednesday, when we move that side, you already know what's happening. You're just going to kill them in the comment section. So I can't wait, guys, to read your comments. I know you guys, there's no way you're going to forget to say something there. Please tell us what you think about
I guess.
the other
And let us
gender.
know if you need, if you want us to bring them back.
Yeah.
Please let us know if you want us to. If you want to part two,
I'm
let us
sensitive
know.
to rejection.
Yeah.
You had it first. Call out
So this
Wednesday.
is how we're gonna close it, ladies. Yolanda, because she's the loud one, she's gonna be on some what you gonna do about it, and we're gonna say nothing.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's
it's
go,
also
let's go,
gonna
let's
be
go,
on
let's
what you're
go,
gonna
let's
do
go,
about
let's
it.
go.
Okay.
She's also loud. Okay, let's go. This is how we close it.
Okay.
What you gonna do about it?
Nothing.
Thanks.